Hi everyone, welcome to another review. Today we're going really old school. We're going back to 1986 in the John Carpenter movie. It mixes ninjutsu, mysticism, and it stars none other than Kurt Russell.
Ninja!
In case you didn't know, we're going to be reviewing Big Trouble in Little China. Alright, Big Trouble in Little China is a story about a trucker by the name of Jack Burton who is coming into town.
Played by Kurt Russell. He's coming to town and he's coming to Chinatown in San Francisco where he meets a friend of his, Wang Ching, played by Dennis Dunn.
It's not Ching, it's Chi. Wang Chi. And Wang gets into debt with Jack after losing a game of, looks like Chinese dominoes.
Who knows?
And he has to pay him. Jack, of course, doesn't believe him that he's going to pay him back, so he takes him along with him to go pick up his wife, who is me.
It's not even his wife.
Oh, his soon-to-be wife.
Fiancé.
His fiancé.
That's his fiancé.
Along the way, they meet a news reporter, I guess. By the name of Gracie Law, played by Kim Cantrell.
Cattrall.
And
spelling a lot of things wrong.
Pronouncing, you mean?
No. I'm doing the same thing.
Along the way, they find out that there's this huge turf war going on in Chinatown between two rival gangs. Jack Burton gets stuck in the middle of it. And what we have is a whole lot of mysticism, demons, and sorcery.
Look, it's magic because...
evil magic, as they say a bunch of times in the movie.
Or black magic.
What did you think of the movie?
The movie... I'm not gonna lie, it was good.
This movie's 32 years old now. This movie came out in 86, as I said earlier. Some of the effects haven't aged well, especially the Beholder. There's like this big weird monster in it.
Exactly.
Doesn't really hold up all that great. It is kind of a weird movie though, because while you would think Kurt Russell's character is the main character, he's actually not. Wang is the main character, and Kurt Russell's just the person who we enter the world with. There's really only one scene where like it's exposition heavy, like they're explaining everything.
Literally,
they're explaining the whole mythos, the whole timeline, and it doesn't really slow up the movie, but
they're just explaining the entirety of the Chinese history.
Yeah, and it's a lot of the movie's a lot of fun. Kurt Russell, while you would think he plays actually the anti-American, in these movies you would figure him to be the character who comes in to save the Chinese people, but he's not. He's actually an idiot. Like during the whole last fight sequence, he does nothing except one thing which we won't get into. He does nothing but like knock himself out, get trapped under there.
And when the shot where they cut to him being knocked out, I laughed so hard. He's like, he's out! He's out!
Yeah, during the big battle at the end, he shoots his machine gun into the air, and he hits rock, and it comes down and it knocks him out for the beginning of the battle.
I'm like, what the hell, man? You're trying to be... I'm thinking he's the main character, but so far he's just been the stupid character.
He's really just our eyes, more or less, to this world. I will say I did like a lot of the fight sequences. This was definitely toned down because people are stabbing each other and there's no blood on anyone's knives or whatever.
Especially that scene where that guy chops up the other guy and there's no blood at all.
But other than that, it's not even that long a movie. It's only 94 minutes and that's with credits.
It's rated PG-13, everybody.
So yeah, that's the reason for
deal with it.
That's the reason for the lack of blood. I will say this, characters are kind of introduced for no reason. Like, we are introduced to Egg at the beginning, but then again he disappears for like another 30 minutes and then shows up again and he means something. there's a brief story about another character named Eddie, who's Wang's brother, business partner.
Nobody knows who he is. He's just there.
Yeah, this is other character. Gracie, we don't even know what her role is. I guess she's a news reporter, but you can't tell because they introduce another character named Margot later on, who is a news reporter. So it was just like, what was Gracie's gig again? Nobody knows. I like the three main villains.
Thunder, Rain, and Lightning.
Mm-hmm.
Along with
Lopan, yeah. the main villain.
Thunder,
go ahead.
Thunder, Rain, and Lightning, they're just weird. I can't even believe that was their names.
Well, Lightning you can believe because he
Lightning you could tell who he was. Thunder and Rain though, who the hell are they?
Yeah, you couldn't tell because they really don't call them by their names.
Lightning makes it too obvious.
Yeah, Lightning because he's straight Raiden ripped him off because this came out way before Mortal Kombat. But they were done well. Like most of the cast is Chinese.
It's a Chinese movie.
No, it's an American movie. It's directed by John Carpenter.
They're Chinatown.
Mm-hmm. But I have to say, for a movie about diversity, even Gracie, for a woman in the 80s, she's not a pushover. Like she gets stuff done. Actually, the only idiot in the movie is Kurt Russell's character, Jack Burton, as he'll remind you 75 million times. And that's
they literally say his name throughout the entire movie,
over and over again. He says his own name. We
already know who he is.
I will give Kurt Russell credit though because he does this kind of John Wayne voice in this movie, which is very odd for him. And he plays he tries to play the swaggering, macho, posturing guy, and he just screws up at every level possible. But he was always well intent, and while he might have been the sidekick, he was the lead in a lot, and he tried to be a lead but failed miraculously at every moment. Anything bad about the movie? I mean, the monster kind of looks weak now, but it is 30 some odd years later. The Beholder's kind of weak. I kind of think what's his name's Lightning's powers still look really good.
Well, yeah, it's 80s effects.
Yeah, it didn't. None of the effects looked terribly bad. I didn't think, other than the one exposition dump that they gave you, and the fact that characters were kind of introduced and you were just like expected to know them.
And even certain characters were confused with the exposition, which, yeah, if I was in that movie, I'd be just as confused.
Yeah, I would be as confused as Jack Burton. So, but this movie's really good. This movie holds up excellent. You want to give it a score?
7.5.
Okay, I give it a 9. This movie holds up really good. This is a lot of fun to watch. That's it for now. Might come back later with another Chinese movie. Don't know yet.
That's racist.
No, because it is a Chinese movie. So, anything else to say?
Ninja.
Crack me up, little buddy.